All right, I'm going to change the oil in this Gator HPX 4x4 today. I've got funnel, make putting it in a lot easier. Got some oil, and I've got the filter, oil filter. This one fits the HPX 2005, and it's a pH 4967 by Fram. There's a couple other brands that will fit. You just have to look them up. There's some cross comparison charts online that you can probably find if you just type in your model number of your original filter. You've got a filter wrench, channel locks, and a piece of tube. The tube, you'll be able to see later that this is actually kind of a big help because of where the oil plug is. Makes it a little less messy. If you get yourself, it doesn't matter the diameter, as long as it's big enough to fit around the drain, it'll come in nice and handy. All right, so under the Gator is where the drain plug is, obviously, and it is tucked away right there, underneath here, right there. It's got a little bolt on it that you can just twist to the left. That'll open up the drain. It'll start running out the end there. I'll put the tube on the end of it, run it down to my bucket, my bowl actually. I'll start by sticking this drain tube on that I cut from a longer tube. Slips on there, comes out about that far, so I'll get the bowl in place so it's draining just right. And then grab these channel locks. See if I can't open that bad boy without too much complication. Yeah. Get it on there, lefty loosey. Just loosen up enough that you can rotate it by hand. And that should take care of the rest for you. Let's crack that sucker open, and she's starting to run. There it goes. All right. I'll take that out all the way or else you'll get a big mess. But open it up as wide as it can go so you can get a nice run of oil. Yeah, she's draining. You can get a little faster flow on that drain if you pull the dipstick up, maybe even open up the fill cap. Let some air pressure in there. It'll come out a little quicker. There you go. That'll drain a lot faster for you. All right, it looks like all the oil's drained out, so we can go ahead and close up that drain hole. Clamp that back tight with your finger, and then go back and hit it with the wrench to tighten it back up all the way. And then we'll move over here and pull off the oil filter. The oil filter's got this nice little trap below it to catch any oil coming out of it. So you're going to want to move your oil pan just underneath that hole that's there. I don't know if you can see it. See, that's where it drains out right there through that. But if you can see down inside there, it's full of rocks and stuff from hot rodding around in the woods and stuff. So you're going to want to get all that junk out. Get that stuff out of there. No big deal. Make sure the hole's clear so you're not backing up any oil that's just going to mess things up later. Make sure you get that bowl underneath that hole, and then just reach in there and, crank that sucker loose. Gonna get some runoff. Let it come out. Let it drain before you pull it all the way away, just so you don't make a big mess. There she goes. All right. It should just run right down in there. Perfect. Exactly what that trap is supposed to do. All right. Okay, there's the new oil filter. Pop that bad boy out. You want to put a little oil, just use some of the old stuff. Put a little oil on the rim, put a little oil around the gasket. Just dip your finger in the old junk and rub it on there so it's nice and lubricated and soggy. Lubricate it around there. No big deal. And then we'll just take it, put it on there. Start turning. Turn it, once it's tight, you turn it one more rotation. Make it snug. Doesn't have to be super strong. You can probably take it off with your hand once you're done. Next step is to add the oil. I get my fancy funnel in there. Get that cocked over sideways so it'll fit without spilling. I use whatever, doesn't matter oil, what you use. It all depends on how much you run it and what year, time of year. If you're running all year long, I'm just throwing 10W30 in it because that's a good middle of the road kind of oil. If you run a little harder in the winter, or if you're a lot harder in the summer, you might want to think about different viscosities, but in the end it's just motor oil, I guess. Pump it in there. The book says 1.3 quarts of oil. I added a quart and then another third of another quart is what the book says, so let's just double check it. Double check, see where we are, and if you see it, it's faint because the oil's so new, but it's right in the middle of the high and low mark where it should be. So we did a good job so far. Put that back in there. Get this bad boy out of there. Set it aside. And then put the cap back on nice and snug so you don't get any debris down in there. And you don't lose it. Make sure it's tight. It just slips on. It doesn't twist on. Last but not least is to run it for a bit. Get that oil moving around through the filter and everything. Just give it a quick start. And that should do it. Hopefully your oil change goes as easy. And thanks for watching.